Welcome back, fellow gamers. So you've purchased Arcane Wizardry from the Commander 2017 MTG Commander deck lineup. And you want to make it your own, you want to give it your own personal spin, but you want to do it on the cheap. I've got you covered. Let's jump right in. So just like my previous deck, which you could find in the cards above, we're going to keep this to $20 or under $20 if possible. And we will omit any changes to the mana base. Mana bases can be pretty expensive, and they are the thing that you should invest in first, but it's not always exciting. People like to play with cards rather than play expensive lands. If you're on a budget, completely understand. So without further ado, here are the cards that I will be taking out. Of note are two brand new cards, which is Marcial the Pretender and Tegam Sidisi's Hand. These are actually two really cool cards, but I feel that they should be built in their own decks respectively, and to have them in here doesn't really fit the theme. We are looking at taking advantage of Enter the Battlefield abilities, and we will be sacrificing those creatures if possible, or just doing something with them so we don't just lose them for nothing if possible. I'm not going to dive deep into exactly why these cards are going out. I will make just, I guess, a few calls. Ethereum Horn Sorcerer is a pretty good card to trigger Cascades, but I just feel his mana cost, his mana investments just really isn't that worth it. And another one would be Harbinger of the Tides. This is actually another good card, but unless you could find a way to continuously bring it back to your hand, I'd actually prefer to do other things with blinking somebody in or bouncing him in and out, so that's why I'm giving him the boot, but he's for sure a good card. Let's go ahead now and have a look at the cards I want to bring in. We'll start with Sigil Tracer at $6. It is a bit expensive, and it already eats up a significant portion of our $20 budget, but you're going to be controlling quite a few wizards, and being able to tap those wizards and just copy your spells is actually pretty good and worth the dollar investment. Next is Stoneybrook Banneret at 50 cents. Can't really go wrong reducing the costs of your wizard spells and obviously merfolks, but it allows you to really make that mana investment of one with Nala's ability. So like, you're not really losing anything. You're theoretically getting a free token when this is out on the battlefield. So hey, that's a good win. Next is Docent of Perfection. This is a lord for wizards. You flip them and then you give your wizards flying and +2/+1. That is actually really cool. Makes it so that if you end up getting quite a few wizards, you can attack in with them, or the copies that you're making with Anala will at least be able to attack and maybe get through, do some damage before being taken off the battlefield, or who knows, maybe it forces a player to trade your token that you would have been losing anyways with a vital creature. Next we have Trophy Mage, and this is really good because you go search your library for an artifact card with a mana cost of 3, and we have quite a few in this deck, and we'll be adding one more. So let's go move on. Next, Deadeye Navigator. Trigger the Enter the Battlefield abilities of the wizard that you're casting, and then you'll also be able to make another token copy of that wizard. So it's another win for you. Viscera Seer. Sacrifice a creature, scry 1. Really allows you to filter the jank that might be coming out. If you get land flooded, well, you'll be able to send that to the bottom, not have to worry. You can draw something that is relevant. And plus, you're going to be losing that token anyway, so take advantage of it. Next is Disciple of Bullis at $1. Being able to sacrifice another maybe token wizard, and then taking advantage of his ability will allow you to refill your hand. Your life will change. There's a lot of good things about this card. Master of Waves at $3.16 is just, it's a good card. It's one of the first cards I thought when I first saw Anala. Flood your board with a bunch of elementals. Use them whether it's for sacrifice abilities or to attack in to Anala or act as chump blockers. It's a really versatile card. Combine this card with Deadeye Navigator and you are going to have a really good time because you're going to be able to create a whole bunch of tokens. And next is Supreme Inquisitor at 49 cents. This here allows you to remove the biggest threats that you might face out of your opponent's deck. Sure, if your opponent has his bombs or has his answers in his hand, you're not really able to fish anything out, but you're still disrupting his game. You're still taking out pieces that would most affect you. So this is really a kind of a no-brainer for me. Yeah, it's tapping 5 wizards, but it's worth it, especially if you're going to be having a few token wizards. Why not? And then of course we have to go with Dual Caster Mage. Being able to copy a spell and just, reaping the benefits of that is well worth the 50 cents that this card costs. Nexus Panamericana, so a relatively new card in MTG. It's already made quite a few splashes in significant decks that trigger Enter the Battlefield abilities or that care about it. At $2.68, it's again another good investment. And then finally we have Ashnod's Altar, $2.07. Taking advantage of those tokens, sacrificing them, generating more mana to cast more cards is always a good thing. I'm never going to say no to Ashnod's Altar in a deck that takes advantage, or a deck that has a lot of tokens or a lot of creatures that are going to be dying anyways. And there you have it. That brings our total to $18.65. So we're still short. If you see that there might be another card or two cards that you wanted to remove that you just don't like, a card that I had on my list was Shivan Harvest. And this is a really good card. The reason I did not include it is because destroying mana bases or just lands in general causes bad feelings among your playgroup or among a lot of playgroups. So depending on how your playgroup plays, if they're okay with land destruction, I think that they should put this card in, or you should put this card in, and they should suffer from it. If you're part of a playgroup that has kind of a taboo surrounding land destruction, then you're not going to include it. It's only 46 cents. It's a really good card. It takes full advantage of the tokens that are going to be going away in this deck, so why not? There you have it. I would love to know what cards you think I should have included. There are definitely a few that I would have liked to include, but I just ran out of space and ran out of cards that I want to take out. So let me know in the comments below, and you can also check out my other videos, including the other part of this series where I've already covered a deck like Vampiric Bloodlust. Make sure to check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks for making me a part of your day, and until next time, good gaming. Good gaming.